Here's a car I had in the back 40 for a while. Haven't had a chance to do any videos with it. The car was plagued with cooling problems. When I first got it, I had to flush out the radiator. Actually had some leaves come out of there, a lot of brown stuff. And drove it around for a little bit. It's pretty much all the farther I got on it. It's a fun little car to drive. It handles pretty good, and what more can you ask for? It's got one of them 5.0 HO 302s in it. There's the water pump. I had to replace that when I first got it. I had to replace the heater core back there. That was a job. I had to drop the whole dash out of it and the steering column to get that changed out. I had to replace a couple of freeze plugs in it. And now, it'd be kind of hard to see, but you can see that this radiator's leaking. So we'll get that handled today. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and open the petcock. And drain out all the coolant. Yeah, under the motor you can see all the stains from when that water pump was bad. And front main's leaking on this car. But this car is actually pretty much rust free. I don't think it's ever seen winter. So I have a good base to work from here. With the radiator cap off, she flows a lot better. The new radiator, I feel a little un-American. Made in China. This is a Spectra radiator. I picked this one because it's an aluminum, and it's actually a one roll. It's the same width as the original radiator, and I'm thinking it should dissipate heat better. We'll take a look at the rolls and compare them in a bit. While we're waiting for the coolant to drain, I'm just going to show you, here's some polyurethane bushings for the rear trailer arms for the Mustang. So we'll have an up and coming video on that to get those located back where they need to be. Those bushings are a little dry rotted and worn. Here's a squeeze clamp. Just going to move this back, and as you turn the hoses to crack them loose, get this ready to take apart. So here's the top of the radiator. I'm going to start by taking these two mounts out. It's a 10mm socket. I should mention that this car is a manual transmission. There are no automatic transmission cooling lines. Oh, got this overflow too.
Boy, there's green all over that thing. Look at that. Two couple spots.
So now that my radiator's out, I'm going to go ahead and pull my fan shroud out. And I'm going to flush out my overflow bottle, get all the contamination out of there. Inspecting the fan here, and seeing some cracks at the base of the blades. I don't want to take the chance of this fan tearing up my new radiator, so I'm going to go ahead and get a new fan for it. This new Spectra radiator. Chinese best right here. It looks like it comes with a provision for automatic trans cooler if you want it. It's got the clips. It appears it's about the right size. Hopefully all the holes line up. And we'll take a look at these rows in these radiators as a comparison. So comparing the rows, the first thing I'm going to look at here is comparing the width. These are both 1.25" radiators. But again, this one's made out of aluminum, so it's supposed to dissipate heat a little bit better. Here is the old radiator. You can see it has two rows. And those rows are a little bit crudted up. And in comparison with the new radiator, it has one gigantic row in it. $27 later, I got my new fan from Napa. Here's the part number, and guess where that's made? China. How in the heck can they ship something like that from China halfway across the world and that be more economical than making it in the US? Anyway, we got a bonus challenge here. What is it? Asbestos sad iron. We'll go over that at the end of the video. This fan clutch has to come off to get this fan out of there. So the first thing we do here before I take the belt off is just crack the 4 bolts loose on the water pump pulley, and then I'll take the belt tension off. Take this last fine thread fan clutch bolt out here. Pull the fan clutch off. Careful without puncturing the AC components. The old, the new comparison looks pretty similar. We'll see if it works. There's the fan clutch, in case you didn't know what that is. We'll bolt the new fan up to it and reinstall it. Fan bolted down, we're going to put the belt back on here. It helps use a nice long ratchet for leverage. Okay. Here's a look at my core support, making sure my rubber grommets are in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and slip the shroud back on and then slip the radiator in. Had a little hardship on the radiator. This little nipple for the overflow got broke off in shipping. Shipping's a good thing. You can get really cheap stuff. You can get the best stuff from shipping, like the internet for instance, eBay, Amazon, whatever. But the problem with it is a lot of times things get damaged. Actually, the box this came in was punctured, and luckily it doesn't look like it itself got punctured. But we'll see when we fire it up. Steady as she goes.
There it is.
While I'm down here, I'm going to go ahead and hook up this old radiator hose. Probably could have got some new ones, but I'm going to wait till a major overhaul before I do that. Here's one of the rubber boots that the radiator is sitting in the bottom on the core support. Here's the clips from the old radiator. Slip those on there. And we'll secure this shroud to the top of this new radiator. I'm getting ready to mount the radiator in with the mounts, and these brackets actually are directional. One will go in the little portion of the radiator here, and the other one will go in the larger portion of the radiator. And amazingly, this Chinese Spectra radiator fits perfectly. I was hoping to show you this radiator run, but had some issues. That little bar broke off when I was trying to stick the overflow bottle on it. Had to re-epoxy it, hopefully it holds. If it doesn't, I'll probably have to tap that and put some sort of fitting in there. In general, that's about it for the radiator video. So did anybody know what the asbestos sad iron is? SAD short for solid iron. This is actually a clothes iron used back up in the early 1900s. A couple Norwegian guys came to Stoughton, Wisconsin and started a company making these. This used to have a asbestos shroud over it to keep the heat on it and to keep heat away from your hand. And apparently you could get replacement irons, you could get replacement shrouds or hats or whatever they called them. Found this on a concrete excavation I was doing in a house built in the early 30s. Thanks for watching.